Board Online, Board Offline. Today we're bringing you our top 5 in 5 minutes best games of 2020, or I should say best games that I tried for the first time in 2020. These are not necessarily games that came out in 2020. I believe actually only 2 of them did, 2 out of the 5. But these are games that I was able to try for the first time, get them to the table for the first time, and they really left an impression on me. Now, before we get to this list, I do want to mention our sponsor, Board Game Co. This is a fantastic website where you can buy, sell, and trade games. They have a great selection of games for you to choose from if you're looking to just build out your collection, you want to add some more to it, you want to fill in those gaps in genre or gaps in game mechanic that you just haven't quite gotten the game for it yet, or you just want to build out your collection in general. They've got the games for you, so be sure to check out what they've got in stock over there. They also are always looking to add stuff to their stock through buying games off your hands. So if you're looking to get rid of some of your games, check out their sell system over there. It's very easy to figure out what they'll offer you, and they'll give you a fair deal, and you can send that game right over to them. Now, they do also have a trade system, though, and this is really cool. Now, you can trade with them if you don't have a Board Game Geek account, but if you do have a Board Game Geek account, it makes it even cooler, because if you set up a trade list on Board Game Geek, what you have for trade, what you want in trade, they will then take that list, that trade list that you've built, compare it to what they've got in stock, and they'll build a trade list right there on their website for you. It makes it very easy to generate a trade with them. Be sure to check that out. If you do, click on the link in the description below so they know I sent you over there. Board Game Co. makes it easy to buy, sell, and trade your way into a better collection. Okay, we're going to get right into this list now. Now, of course, we do everything in by the minute, so this will be a 5-minute list starting right now. All right, so number 5 is Anachrony. Now, this game came out in 2017. This is a game all about time travel, and from what I've seen, what I've heard, it's one of the few games that does time travel really well. There's a couple out there. This is one of them. Now, Earth is in some sort of terrible state, and you need to go back into the past, or I think you go to the future and borrow. You're traveling through time and borrowing resources to be able to do what you got to do, but then you've got to pay that back, or else you cause all kinds of problems in the timeline. And you've got these exoskeletons that you've got to get into because the outside world on Earth is in such a bad state that you've got to get these exoskeletons. You got to power up the exoskeletons though before you can even go out in them. There's all these different things, this to this, and if you don't get every piece working the way it's supposed to, then your plan's going to break down. It's not going to work. It's such a cool experience, and it has all these different pieces that really is a brain burner, and it feels so good when you finally get that running. That is Anachrony. Number 4 is Dale of Merchants. Now, this is the entire Dale of Merchants series. The original one came out in 2015, but Dale of Merchants 2, and then the collection, and then 3. 3 actually is a 2020 release, but I have all of them now. Love these games. You mix up different animal decks every time you play. So it's a deck building game, essentially a set collection deck building game combination, and you're buying from the row. But like I said, you have all these different animal folk that you put into the deck, and it's different number based on the number of players, and then there's like 30 of them now, I think, or something like that. And so you never have more than, like, when a 2-player game, you have 3 or 4 different animal folk. So you can see there's a ton of variety. All of them have vastly different powers. They have this rating scale to tell you how nasty they are, how much they are strategic or mess with other players, and all these different things, how complex they are. So you can really kind of fine tune the experience that you want to have, or you can pick them randomly. Dale of Merchants, my number 4. Number 3 is Cloudspire. Now, Cloudspire is a massive game from Chip Theory Games. It's essentially a tower defense game where you set your guys up and they start marching across the map, and the enemy's guys start marching across the map, and they're going to clash, and they're these really hefty, nice, chunky poker chips, but they have all the stats right there on the chip. So it makes it really easy to know what's going on. Now, one of the complaints for some reason that people have is how many special abilities are in this game. I love that. They give you these really nice player board or player sheets that explain all the powers, and especially if you're just looking to have a good time. You're not really thinking about trying to play this in like a tournament sense or whatever. You know, if you're just, then it's not going to matter too much that you don't know every single one of your opponent's powers. You'll deal with it when it happens, or you'll see it coming and you'll say, hey, what does that power do? Cloudspire is such an amazing production and an amazing experience. My number 3. Number 2 is On Mars. Now, you want to talk about a heavy game. This is possibly the heaviest game I've ever played. Maybe PAX Emancipation might come close. This game is crunchy. You are building a colony on Mars, but you're going back and forth. You got to go out into space to, I believe there's a space station or something that you're going to bring back supplies and you know, but you have to time that. Like it's not just oh, go up there. You have to time it because the ship comes back. It does this loop, and you got to be sure you get on the ship. So you got to plan for that. And if you miss it, well, now you got to wait for it to come back, and the loop keeps getting bigger. And meanwhile, on the planet, you're building out the colony, and you are trying to get your system working, because if you don't, then you're just going to be really inefficient and grinding your gears without doing anything. You can send out rovers onto the planet to do different things. Really cool experience on Mars. Beautiful production as well. And finally, number 1 is Etherfields. Like I said, it's on the table out here, and I have been having a blast with this game. It's, you know, people have these complaints about the grindiness of the slumbers. I have really enjoyed the slumbers. I treat them as a puzzle. Some of them, yeah, you're just gonna have to deal with, but other ones, especially once you get the deliverance rule set explained to you, once you unlock it, then some really cool things start happening in the slumbers, like the fate cards that you know, provide these different experiences, and then you have the flaw cards that go into your deck and cause all kinds of problems for you. Fantastic time. I absolutely love this. And then it has all these different bizarre dreams that you're working your way through as you try to figure out what's going on. I had this one where there was this pig that was the manager of this mill, and the mill was making mud. Mud was wildly valuable, but then he was like a tyrant, and that's my time. And I'm not gonna tell you how the dream ends, but that's just one example of a plethora of truly bizarre experiences in Etherfields. My number 1. Hope you enjoyed this list. If you did, please give it a thumbs up. If you love my channel, please subscribe. Please go check out my other channel, Video Game Relapse, where we are covering all kinds of games. I just started playing The Witcher 3 today over on Twitch. That'll be showing up on my YouTube channel as well. You can find the YouTube channel right here. And yeah, it's been a really great time getting back into video games as well. Still bringing you plenty of great board gaming content. And until next time, for Board Online, Board Offline.